Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host, Eric Smith, and today I am talking about The Harrowing of Doom. This is by David Annandale. It is from Aconite, I believe, is how you would say that, Aconite. And this is in their Marvel Untold line. Marvel and Aconite are publishing all new original Marvel-based fiction, and they have, I'm going to look in the back here, there is Marvel Heroines. Their first book was Domino, featured Domino. The second one has Rogue. They have the Legends of Asgard line, which has, Heimdall in the first book, and a bunch of people fighting Surtur in the second one. They have Xavier's Institute. First book there has a couple of mutants I'm not familiar with. So these different lines with different characters. Normally, I pick up any Marvel novels that come out. I have tons of them over here. But I don't know. These just aren't that thrilling to me. I'm a huge fan of Domino. But I went on Amazon, and it has the look inside thing, and I read the first chapter, and it just did not grab me. So I didn't pick that up. The Legends of Asgard books might be interesting, but I'm a huge fan of Doctor Doom, and the next one in this series is going to be Dark Avengers. I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, there's a bunch of rambling at the beginning of this book review for The Harrowing of Doctor Doom. So in this book, every year, Doom duels hell. If you're familiar with Doctor Doom at all, do I need to go over who Doctor Doom is? I don't think so. His mother is trapped in hell. He's always trying to save her, pull her out of hell. And so there's this annual duel. Started out with Mephisto, but then Mephisto was like, I don't have time for this, and he just sends other demons up to fight Doom. Doom always loses. But this year, Doom has a plan. He knows he's going to lose in this duel, but he's going to set things up to allow him to set up something else to get his mother out of hell. Meanwhile, Rodolfo Fortunov, however you would say his name, the son of the deposed king of Latveria, is planning to take back the throne from Doom. So you get all this stuff going on. And I dig it. I like it a lot. I couldn't find this on Goodreads, so I wasn't able to give it a score there, but I'll tell you right now, I give it 4 out of 5. David Annandale, I like his writing. He's done tons, it looks like, tons and tons of stuff in the Warhammer worlds. And which sort of, some of those Warhammer books, not necessarily his, but I've read some Warhammer, and they can be really bogged down. Heavy prose. So I was a little concerned, but that wasn't the case here. I liked his portrayal of Doom. It seemed authentic. I don't know. I know that Boris, who's a very small, almost a cameo in here, is from the comics. All the other characters, I know Fortunov is, but some of the others, the head of Doom's security, the guy that takes care of the archives in the castle, I'm not sure that all of these characters are from the comics, but they're all interesting characters, and that's one of the things I liked about this. Is it's a lot of character work. There's a priest, Zargo, who Doom conscripts into his plan, and this priest is torn between his religious beliefs and the fact that he's going to have to work for Doom, and the fact that, Doom is a sorcerer. Excuse me a moment. Doom is a sorcerer, and so, that goes against the beliefs of this priest. He knows that witchcraft and sorcery exist, but, he's against them. Excuse me. So then we have Verlac, not sure about pronunciations here, who's the head of Doom's security. Her wife is a neurosurgeon at the hospital in Doomstat. They are very great characters. And there's, I want to say Maria Helm, who is sort of this witch of the mountain that Doom brings into his plan. And as I said, we have the archivist, and so we've got things building up to the annual duel with Hell, and then the duel, and then Doom's plan going forward from there. All of these characters, Fortunov getting in the way, messing things up, trying to take back the throne, not understanding why the people of Doomstat aren't supporting him, because he was a horrible dictator, worse than Doom. Spoilers. But a lot of stuff going on, and it's really well written. I love the characters. As I said, I'm a huge fan of Dr. Doom, one of my favorite Marvel Comics villains, because he's one of those. One, because he's encased in armor, so he's Iron Man-ish, but with the great cloak and cape and everything. But he's also a sorcerer, so you've got that mix of magic and technology, and he's such an egomaniac. And he thinks that, except for when he's after that cursed Reed Richards, he thinks what he's doing is best for the world. And I love him. And it's nice to read a complete novel dedicated to this character. Now, while I was reading it, I was debating in my head whether I should call this a horror novel. Because there's some horrific things that happen here, again, with the sorcery and hell and everything. But I couldn't decide, because it is based on comics, a lot of the stuff you see in comics that aren't necessarily considered horror. But then there was one particular scene where I was like, yes, this is, at least this scene definitely is a scene from a horror story, movie, book, whatever. And so based on that, sort of extrapolate out, this could be considered a horror novel. Because there's some gruesome things that happen. And again, there's one scene in particular that I was like, yeah, this is horror. Absolutely. So, yeah, Maria von Helm is the woman up in the mountains. Is there anything else to say about it? I don't want to give anything away. I really threw out a lot of plot points there, I think. But, yeah, it's well written. It's fast-paced. It's the... Well, I read a couple books at the beginning of September. Maybe in that first few days. I think I finished one at the very beginning of the year and then read something. But I spent most... Did I say September? I don't know. January. I spent most of January reading comics. I had a year's worth of comic books to catch up on, and I finally did. And then I jumped back to this. So I had started it at the very beginning of the year. Beginning of the year, beginning of January. Finished it in February. So that's one of the reasons there were no videos last week. Plus, there were people visiting. I was busy and just took a week off. What are you going to do? But anyway, I'm back to it with The Harrowing of Doom, David Annandale, 4 out of 5 stars. You could just read it. If you're not a Marvel fan, you still might enjoy it, because it's got all sorts of crazy... I mean, if you're like anti-comic book, you're not going to dig it. But I am a huge Marvel fan, huge Dr. Doom fan. Really enjoyed this, and I'm definitely looking forward to the Dark Avengers book in this line. Don't know if I'll check out any of the other ones, but definitely the Dark Avengers. Anyway, yeah, I think that's all I've got for this book. So if you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put them in the comments below. I will say this all takes place in Latveria, in Doomstat, in the surrounding area. There are no other major Marvel characters in it, although there are mention of other characters. But it's focused on Doom. All right, so yeah, comments, questions, corrections down in the comments below. We can talk spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to follow me on social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comics, tabletop games, occasionally cats, is Eric Smith 5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I've got. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.